Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful preview shows Poppy visiting Luna in prison. She shockingly says, "You got knocked up by a billionaire's son. Well played." Up to this point, Poppy wished that her daughter was dead, or the mother-daughter duo playing a long con all this time. Poppy was relieved to learn that Luna was dead. Disgusting lie. Finn told Poppy that Luna was alive and that lie brought her back to life. Once again, Poppy was disappointed and wished her daughter had stayed dead. She learned that Luna was pregnant and had an interesting response to her daughter's baby news. In a surprise twist, Poppy visits Luna in prison. Poppy Romy Park seemed to be disgusted with her murderous daughter, Luna Lisa Yamada. She wished that she was either jailed or 6 feet under. Then her disposition changed when Finn, Tanner Novlin, told her that Luna was still alive and was carrying Will's Crew Morrow baby. There's also the possibility that Poppy could be in on the scheme. She might be playing a long con with her daughter. The B&B preview for this coming week shows Poppy visiting her daughter in prison. It seems like she's pleased about her daughter's baby news. Poppy tells her, "You got knocked up by a billionaire's son. Well played." Luna's smug grin is back on her face. She got her mother's approval, the same mother who was happy that she was dead. So what happened? Why the sudden change? It's possibly that Poppy and Luna pulled the wool over everyone's eyes. Lie warned everyone that her sister was a gold digger. Meanwhile, we found out that Luna wasn't as innocent as she seemed. Both Poppy and Luna love to play the innocent act. But then the cracks start to form in their personalities. Poppy's reaction to Luna's baby news confirmed that she is a gold digger, while Luna revealed herself as a delusional murderer. Could this person secure Luna's freedom on B&B? Do you think Poppy and Luna have been playing a long con all this time? Do you think they really love each other and just wanted a piece of the spinner pie? Here comes the bombshell. On the bold and the beautiful, a twisting new theory is gaining serious traction. Were Poppy Nozawa and Luna Nozawa orchestrating a long con from the very beginning? A deep dive into the tangled narrative reveals a pattern of secrets, lies, and maneuvering so deliberate it's starting to feel like strategy rather than chaos. Let's unpack why this might be more than just coincidence and what it means for the Forrester-Spencer world. From the outset, Poppy and Luna have been introduced as free spirits, outsiders. Poppy with her bohemian past, Luna, the younger woman seeking a place in the elite fashion/family universe of the Forresters. On the surface, a story of ambition, identity, and belonging. But layer by layer, clues emerge that their relationship to the core families is far more entangled and far more intentional than first meets the eye. Poppy's unexpected insertion into the storyline began when she re-entered Los Angeles and the orbit of the Forresters/Spencers. Her warnings to Luna to stay away from the Forrester empire, her skittishness about the truth of Luna's paternity, her past connection with Bill Spencer Jr., all of it smells of setup. She claims to protect her daughter, but the questions pile up. What is she really protecting? Whom is she really serving? Was Luna always meant to be a pawn or a key player? Luna, on the other hand, arrived with a mixed resume. Design intern at Forrester Creations, mysterious backstory, unmet potential. She neatly embedded herself into the inner circles, charming 1 minute, vulnerable the next, ambitious always. Then the bombshell, paternity tests, shifting claims, shadowy figures from her past, a growing assertiveness bordering on manipulation. Her actions began to stray into territory that suggests she wasn't just finding her place, she might have been creating one. What supports the idea of a long con is how many story beats that initially appeared reactive now look premeditated. The paternity tests that flip-flop, the threats from Tom Sturr, The death/murder of Tom Stair, the question of whether Bill is Luna's father, the revelation that perhaps he isn't after all, the fact that Luna maneuvers Bill, the fact that Poppy manipulates the narrative about Luna's origin, all of it builds a scaffold of deceit. For a side character, this is mighty heavy plotting. Another key thread: trust and access. Through Luna, Poppy is given entree into the high-stakes Forrester/Spencer world. Through Poppy, Luna is shielded and enabled. The dynamic reads less like mother-daughter spontaneity, more like co-conspirators building leverage. Think about it: Luna earns Bill's attention, gains power. Poppy plays the outsider, but knows more than she lets on. When Tom Stair corners Poppy with truths about paternity, she responds with murder or cover-up. Luna learns the ropes. So the question becomes, was this ever about finding a father and belonging, or was it always about power, inheritance, leverage? Let's also consider how the other major players are reacting, and what that tells us. Bill initially embraces Luna as his daughter, gives her a place at his estate. That alone gives Luna status and resources. But then the paternity test flips and Bill is told Luna isn't his daughter. That undercuts his investment. For the watchers, that reversal doesn't feel like a mistake, it feels like a layer peeled back. Meanwhile, Bill is being played in more ways than one. And Poppy, having orchestrated the shifts, doesn't take the expected moral stance. Instead, she covers, deflects, manipulates. That's not the action of someone caught up in events. It's the action of someone driving them. From the perspective of the soap's themes, identity, legacy, betrayal, family, the Poppy/Luna arc hits all the major beats. But the underlying flavor is of a plan unfolding rather than chaos erupting. I'd argue Poppy and Luna's outsider status is the mask of the con. The real story is them infiltrating an empire via deception, emotional leverage, paternity ambiguity. What would be the payoff of such a long con in the universe of B&B? For one, real estate, power, corporate advantage. If Luna is tied to the Spencer or Forrester legacy, the stakes are huge. If Poppy holds secrets that can destabilize families, she holds power. The longer the lie is maintained, the greater the payoff when the reveal happens. The murder of Tom Stair, the tampering with DNA tests, the insinuation of father figures, these are not just side plots, they're chess moves. And from a narrative standpoint, this twist flips the expected hero-villain setup. Luna started out sympathetic, Poppy seems protective. But when you realize the possibility of strategic collusion, you cannot watch them the same way. Their vulnerable outsider trying to find her place becomes calculated interloper working a system. The rest of the cast becomes reactionary rather than proactive. What could this mean going forward? If the long con theory is true or will be revealed, then expect these developments. 1. A major reveal of the truth behind Luna's paternity and how many knew. 2. Alliances shifting as people who appeared to be victims turn out to be schemers. 3. Major power disruption in the Spencer/Forrester empire as Luna and Poppy oust or manipulate key players. 4. A personal reckoning for characters like Steffy Forrester, Finn Finnegan, Bill, Ridge, who may have assumed they were playing the game. In fact, someone else was controlling the board. Now, some pushback. Conspiracy theories require motive, means, and risk-reward. Does Poppy have the motive to play such a long game? On the face, yes. Legacy, empowerment, revenge against the Forrester/Finnegan power structures. Does Luna have the means? Yes, though young, she embedded herself firmly and had access. Is the risk worth the reward? In a soap world, yes. The bigger the risk, the bigger the climax. Also, the show has already laid many of the hints. Shifting paternity tests, hidden parents, mysterious history. These are the building blocks of a con. Some watchers might say, that's just the writer's wiring drama. And yes, by nature soap drama is chaotic and coincidental. But the difference here is the layering of clues and thematic consistency. Outsiders gaining entry via deception, legacy secrets weaponized, paternity as power. When you step back, it begins to read less like random soap twists and more like deliberate architecture. The beauty and danger of this theory is that if it's true, it rewrites past episodes. Suddenly what seemed like mistakes become steps in a plan. Scenes where Poppy counsels Luna to stay away, where Luna flirts with Bill, where DNA tests get swapped, it all becomes part of the scaffolding of conspiracy. The writers may or may not intend this fully now, but the breadcrumbs exist for the audience to piece together. For fans, this means watching Poppy and Luna differently. Every interaction takes on double meaning. Every lie or omission becomes potential leverage. For other characters, the sense of betrayal will be greater because someone they trusted or pitied was actually playing them. The emotional fallout will likely be rich. Anger, regret, shift in loyalties. The power dynamics in the Forrester/Spencer world are poised for upheaval. In sum, yes, the theory that Poppy and Luna were playing a long con is credible and increasingly compelling. The show has provided enough threads to bind it together. If you buy it, it makes the narrative smarter, sharper, and far more interesting. If you reject it,